Hello everyone, my name is Ajay Kumar and my team member is Arvind Kumar. So we developed a complete Python plus Streamlit project to solve a seating arrangement problem based on the instructions given by Mayank Agarwal sir. In this, let me introduce the project structure first. So in this project structure, you can see the seating arrangement core.py and app.py. So these two files are the main files which contains the entire code of our application. So when you come to the seating underscore core.py, so in this we are used a functional programming approach. So all the technical things and all the logic behind the seating arrangements are written in this code only. So you can see that we are using a functional programming approach. So each function is responsible for a particular operations, such as for example finding the student images based on their roll numbers and writing the PDF attendance sheets. So we are created a separate functions for each of the problems. So second thing, there is a docker compose.yaml file. So it is responsible to run the docker containers. So after building from a docker file, so docker file is responsible to create a docker image, so which is used to docker file is basically is nothing but uh, a text file which is used to generate a docker image. So using that docker image we can create a docker containers that can be run in a separate virtual environment. Okay, that is what we are doing. So when we come to the read.md file, so here what is our project and what it's basically doing and how to run it and what is the project structure and remaining all the things are containing here. So when you come to here, so basically whatever the problem statements that is given by Dr. Mayank Agarwal sir, so which is basically written here. So and how we approach the problem and how we solved is basically in the upcoming next lines. So whereas it comes to the requirement.txt, so what are all the packages we have used, that is nothing but the requirement.txt. So here we can see that one. So there is a sample input files, so we have to give it two input files. One is nothing but images.zip, so which contains the images of the students. So the image name should be like the roll number of the particular student. And second thing, it comes to an input data tt.excel file. So I would like to show the how the format of the input data should look like. So we have a sample input, so which is also provided by Dr. Mayank Agarwal sir. Yes, so see here, in this basically there is a date of the date and the day. This is the first page of our Excel file. So which contains of date and a day and the particular subject codes on the date of on that particular date. What are all the particular subject codes have an examinations. So second thing, whatever the students are enrolled in whichever courses, we have the complete list. So we can see here. So second thing, when it comes to the roll number mapping, so for example for particular roll number, what is the name of the students, which we can see in this file. Second one is what are all the rooms available for conducting examinations and what are all the seating capacities, we can see that one. And we can see the room numbers. The first number indicates the floor, particular floor of the uh, particular floor of that particular room number. For example, this is the 6th floor and room number 101, like that. This is nothing but a blocks. So this is what an input structure should look like. So second one is, now let me run the docker file. So by using docker compose file, we can first docker compose.yaml file is there. By using that one and by using a docker file, let's create the image of the docker. So that is nothing but the command should be docker compose build. So first of all, by using the docker file, we are creating a docker image by downloading all the necessary requirements, that is nothing but a dependencies, and we are copying all the code whichever in our system to the docker. So that is what is basically happening here. Yes, now let me run that one. So let me show. See, now there is no container is running in my system. So let me run it. Yes, see, now our docker image is running in a localhost 8501 port number. So now we can see. See, this is what our container ID and the name of our image. So and on which one it is running, it is running in 8501 okay. There is nothing but a port number. Let me come here, let me refresh. Yes, it is working good. Second one, when it comes to buffer seat per room, so that means, for example, there are 50 students, 50 seating capacities in a room, so that means we can leave some of the seats for a vacant. It may be required for some reasons. For example, additional students came into the examination, so that time we have to allocate the seat, so at that time we can use that one. So second one is the dense and sparse. So as sir instructed, if the user is given as a dense as an input, so that for example, if the seating capacity of a class is a 30, so that means if for a particular subject there are more than 30 students are enrolled in the code, that means all the 30 seats can be allocated to only for the particular subjects. When it comes to the sparse, only half of the seats are allocated to the particular subject. So this is what basically this line is about. And second one, we are now browsing the file and we have to give the input. Yes, this is Excel file and this is given as a first input. And the second one, when it come to the images, so yes, images zip file is given. So in this, the structure of the file should be like, inside that photos there will be a photos folder, inside that there will be a images. So that is how it's going to take. Yes, it is generating the seating arrangements. Let's wait for some time. Yes, now our file is computed. Let me download that one. Yes, outputs. Yes, let me keep it. Yes, it works. Okay, this is what wait a minute, let me extract this one. Outputs is here, extracting. Yes, the output file is extracted. Let me show the output file structure. So in that file structure, initially the subfolders are created by using the date. For example, 1/5/2016 and 2/5, these are all the examination dates, and this is nothing but a allocation log. Log is nothing but whatever the happening in our project, that will be written in this one. Next, errors. So in these errors, the txt file, if any errors occurs during the seating arrangement, that will be displayed here. We can see that as of now there is no error. So second thing, when it comes to the overall seating arrangements, so this contains the overall seating arrangements. So that means it contains all the roll codes and all the students roll numbers, and the particular date and which sections and the subject codes and the which are the rooms they are allocated to that one. So here you can see that the particular roll code, if the two rooms are allocated, that will be next to that may be the next room or else within the floor. Okay, we have taken care of that, the optimization parts. For example, if all the students are cannot be allocated in the same room, that they are taking a more than one rooms or two rooms, that means we are trying to give them in a same floor. If it is possible, that means if it is not possible, it will be check the next floor, like that it will take a part. So this is how the code runs. So you can see here, so this contains of all the things. So I'm opening in numbers, that is I'm using a Mac. So if we open in Excel, that is Microsoft Excel, it will be very clearly visible. So here we can see the overall arrangements that are given. Yes, so let me show you the remaining sheets. I don't want to save this. Okay, let me delete. Yes, see here, seats left that Excel file, which shows in particular room how many seats are allocated and how many seats are left. So seats left and how many seats are allocated. So here you can see the only 25 are given. So you can see that we are maintaining the buffer of 5 for every classes. So this is what is shown. So second thing, when it comes to a particular date, for example, when you went to the particular date, there will be two slots, which is nothing but a evening and morning. So you can go to any of the slides. So you can see that this is how the format will be. That so the first will be the PDF file and the second will be the Excel file. So when you go to the PDF file, this is a attendance signature, where you can see the student's photo. As of now, we don't have any photos, that is a dummy photo. So here we can see the no images. So and it will be the name and the signature and all. So and if you come there and you can see the invigilator signatures. So this is what it works, invigilator name and the signature and all. And we have taken care of the arrangements. So why it looks so messy? Because I'm using numbers, so again I'm instructing that one. So this is not a problem with our code, this is a problem with the numbers. So if we open in a Excel sheet, it will be very good. So let me show you. Yes, yes, this works good. And yes, we can see here, so particular room and their corresponding names, so and their signatures, and we can take this is actually how many invigilators and their particular TS. It will remain constant for all those things. And we can see for remaining all the rooms, the same things goes on for the morning slot and the evening slot. Yes, that's it. And yes, for if you go into any other dates also, the same thing follows. On that particular date, for example 10:30, there is a no evening schedule, so that's why this folder is empty. When you come to the morning, so you can see that these are also generated, and that empty thing also is taken care. No exams on that particular date. Yes, attendance sheets, and you can see the invigilator signatures and all. Yes, okay. uh, Next, that is about the dense output. We can also use as a sparse output, as I already explained. So what does sparse means? Only if there are 20 seating arrangements, that means there will be only 10 seats should be allocated for a particular roll code, remaining should not be allocated. So this is what is nothing but, so already we uploaded, so we don't want to upload. Let me generate the settings. Allocation is running, let us wait for 5 or 10 seconds. Yes, it's done. Let me download. Yes, this shows output 1. Yes, that should be the case. Let me keep it. Let me extract. Yes, the same things goes on here also. You can see the overall seating arrangements and sitting left in a particular roll code. So here in this only cases, for example, if the particular subject is a C6101, so that means there will be a that is a room number. So we can see the subject number. If the particular subject is goes beyond the numbers, that will be only the minimal students will be allocated for this one. So for that particular students, you can see that in the previous there are more students are allocated, but in this case only the 12 students, that is half of the sitting capacity students are being allocated. So this is how it works. Yes, that's it. And you can see the Excel file also. In my system it looks somewhat messy because I'm using numbers, but if you use Excel, it will be very good. Yes, that's it. So this is how it works. For we are generating these Excel sheet and that attendance sheet for a particular subject. For example, if in one room there are two subjects are ongoing, that means for that one room we will be having two attendance sheets. So this is how everything is generated. Yes, that's it. Thank you. And there is nothing more than this to explain. And yes, there is a little thing I want to say. This is a Docker file. So in this Docker file, what we are doing, in the sense, we are just using a Python image, that is nothing but 3.11 version, and we are installing based on the requirements.txt file all the things. And then after replying after requirements, we are installing all the files, and then we are copying the current folder to that image, and then we are exposing the port by running the commands. So that's it. Thank you all, thank you very much. And one and finally one thing, we uploaded the code in our GitHub. So yes, we can see here with the sample input file also, and we are given everything, how the project structure will look like, and how to run the code, everything. Yes, finally, thank you very much.